Hey friends, Jenna here from Jenna Perfette Photography. I'm a wedding and family photographer based out of Somerville, New Jersey. And in this video, we're going to talk about some of my favorite places to shoot when I'm shooting weddings at Lambertville Station Inn in Lambertville, New Jersey. So first, let's start off by talking about the venue itself and why so many of my brides have chosen it as the place that they're going to get married at. The venue itself is located along the Delaware River, so a riverside venue is always a beautiful place to get married. Also, it's located directly near the downtown area. So whether it's a matter of wanting to have a great place for your guests to come and spend a weekend, be able to enjoy a little part of New Jersey that they've never seen before, or you're looking for a place that's really convenient for the guests to stay right on site. That way the ballroom and the hotel is all one spot, so you don't have to worry about travel or anything like that. So it's really convenient, but also just beautiful too. So let's jump into the good stuff. Let's talk about my 5 favorite locations when I'm shooting portraits at Lambertville Station. The first one is the brick and ivy wall. This is located along the side of the venue, and it's kind of hidden. If you didn't know what you're looking for, you might not quite find it. But the reason I love it, well, there's a bunch of reasons, but one of the reasons I love it is because it's almost always in shade. So most of my couples these days are doing a first look. So that means that they're doing their portraits earlier in the afternoon, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and it's a great go-to spot when we need shade in those hot summer days. So we can always rely on nice, even lighting. The reason it's nice to have shade is because we're not having to worry about people squinting. I'm a fellow squinter. I am always squinting in photos. So I want to make sure that my brides don't have to worry about that for their wedding day pictures. The other benefit of shade is that we don't have any harsh shadows on anyone's faces. That way it doesn't leave any unflattering lines and just makes for a cleaner shot with shade. I also love this wall because of the beauty of the brick. It has a gorgeous, huge brick wall with a fountain built in. You feel like you're in some movie in Italy. And it's a kind of an enclosed little area, so you feel like you're in a little bit of a private villa. I also love this area because it's big enough to fit the entire bridal party. So the area has a bunch of wrought iron tables and chairs, so we can push them away if we don't need it, or bring those chairs in if we want to create a nice tight photo of the full bridal party. So even those big bridal parties where we're trying to fit everybody in and sit and stand a few of them, it'll still work out beautifully. So my second favorite location is the New Hope and Lambertville Bridge. The New Hope Lambertville Bridge, of course, connects the two towns, and it's a very popular spot. It's very busy on the weekends, which is, of course, when weddings typically are held. So it's a lot going on. I prefer to shoot with the bridge in the background, but not necessarily on the bridge itself. It just makes for a bit of a safer experience and also less chaotic of having to traipse all the way out to the bridge. It doesn't seem far, but in heels, everything seems far. So having the bridge in the background of the photos makes it feel like the downtown hustle bustle without having to be stuck in it. And of course, with the bridge in the background, that means we can also be able to see the water and the rocks. It just creates a really beautiful portrait. So it's definitely a spot that I'm always going to grab whenever I'm there. I love it too because it's right alongside the edge of the venue. If we only have 2 minutes to grab a quick shot, we just head right to the patio area, boom, boom, and we're done. So we don't have to go far. It's also the perfect location for grabbing the sunset photo. So right around usually cocktail hour or reception, as the sun sets over the bridge, we'll hop downstairs for a quick shot to grab with the bridge and the water and the sun. It's going to be awesome. My third favorite location is the wooden pedestrian bridge. This little bridge connects the Lambertville Station restaurant over the canal to the towpath. So one of the reasons that I love this bridge is because it makes for a beautiful symmetrical shot. And if there's any fellow Virgos out there, you know what I mean. It's so nice to have a perfect symmetry in your shot and just be able to kind of grab the simplicity of that. I also love this location because it's so easy to grab so many shots from different angles without having to move the bride and groom, of course. So if you're standing on the bridge and I'm shooting from the side or through the bushes, or if I'm over down on the main street shooting all the way down the river, you can see the bridge, you can see the canal, and you can see all the greenery and the trees around it. It's a great location too for my second shooter to grab different angles. So while we're tag teaming portraits, we can get so much in one little spot. And it's also on the way to my number 4 favorite location. My 4th favorite location is the towpath. The towpath runs alongside the canal, and it's a beautiful walkway that has, of course, the water on one side and the trees on the other, and it just makes for a beautiful place to just go for a little walk. I always like to incorporate a little bit of movement into my portraits because it makes people feel a little more comfortable. It brings out the more natural side in them. And I like to start with those walking shots sometimes because it just gets everyone in a more comfortable space to start with portraits. It also kind of mitigates that what do I do with my hands question and knowing how to kind of pose, because if you're not thinking about it and you're just together with your favorite people, you won't have to think about posing and it will look perfectly natural, which is always the goal. I also love the towpath because it's a reliable place for shade. So in those hot summer months when we have sun all day long, it's a place where I know I can get a nice, beautiful, clean shot with shade. So having my bride and groom walking through the path, I know that I can angle them in such a way that we're going to get a great shot without them having to worry too much about where their bodies are facing and that kind of thing. So here we are, location number 5, and I have of course saved the best for last. The 5th favorite location when I'm shooting wedding portraits at Lambertville Station is the something blue wall. Now this of course is a location that I've basically made up, but it exists, it's real, and it's located just 1 block from the towpath. So if you've noticed, my locations have kind of followed a little pathway, so we're not going far and we're making the absolute most of our little love walk journey, as I like to call it. So the something blue wall, it's a brick wall along the side of an antique store, and somewhere along the line somebody painted this beautiful powder blue color, and it goes perfectly with the bride's dress and the groom's suit, and it just pops perfectly. So imagine this shot hanging on your walls in your home. It's the absolute perfect home decor spot. I love this spot because it has the vintagey feeling and the downtown feeling all in one. And I think that's really what Lambertville speaks to. It has its own vibe that not every downtown has. And when you choose your location for your wedding, you really want it to be reflected in the photos. So I feel like this beautiful blue wall with the black accents, it just makes my heart smile, and I think you'll love it too when you see your portraits up against the wall as well. So I hope this was helpful in thinking about your wedding day portraits. Whether you're getting married at Lambertville Station or at another venue, you'll be able to find places like this at any beautiful wedding location. So there you have it, my 5 favorite locations and shooting at Lambertville Station. There's the brick and ivy wall, there's the New Hope Lambertville Bridge, there's the pedestrian wooden bridge, there's the towpath, and finally my favorite something blue wall. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more info just like this.